Hey guys, what's going on? It's
John?
Ken, Speakeasy Podcast. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
How we doing, guys?
Pretty good.
I can't hear you.
Pretty good.
Guys, we have one here today. It is by Penelope. It is a 9-year private select bourbon. Coming in at 109 proof, 54.5% alcohol. What do you got going on there, Johnny?
I don't know. The song's called Penelope.
Is it really? Hold on. Stop it. Copyright.
Copyright. It's been 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It didn't even say the word Penelope.
Oh, interesting.
I tried.
Interesting. So, yeah, this is a 9 year. It's nice to see an age statement on a Penelope like this. A lot of these MGPs, you don't really see that. So, it's cool to see one coming in at 9 years.
Yeah. Real quick, though.
Yes.
We did Penelope. I don't know if it was the American whiskey or the Rio. We did it on the show. We tagged Penelope, and they actually emailed us. And they're like, hey, man, thanks for the shout out. If you guys ever want to, get in touch with us, give me an email.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I emailed them, and I didn't get a response.
Uh-oh.
Bro, you told me to shout you out. We shouted you out. I reached out to you. You didn't get back to me. We want to. Penelope's close to us, man. We want to do.
We're Jersey guys.
We're Jersey guys.
Yeah.
We want to pick your mind. Let us come by.
Yeah.
Give us a shout out back. Email me back. I'm gonna try again.
Wow.
Maybe it just slipped through the cracks.
I wasn't expecting that, John.
Maybe it just slipped through the cracks.
Yeah. Well, don't judge that.
No, I love Penelope. That's
Okay,
why I want to. I want to go.
We do a lot of Penelope on
Yeah,
here. We've
I
had
love
the Rio.
Penelope.
We've had. Have we had the American Light Whiskey on here? We may have.
Absolutely. When it came out, everybody was looking for
Architect.
it.
Yeah, we have had quite a few here.
I love Penelope.
Yeah. Good stuff. We like it, and we'll keep drinking it regardless. So
this is a 9-year private select.
yes. And like I said, once again, it's nice to see an age statement on MGP source stuff.
Yeah. What was the proof? I'm sorry, you said it, but I interrupted you.
You did. 109 proof. 109 proof.
109.
54.5%. And let's get a nose. Mine smells like the soap from my bathroom because I just washed my hands.
It smells light.
I'm getting some kind of sugary notes in there.
Banana?
Ooh, man, it's hard to pinpoint this one.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It doesn't have much of a smell on the notes. It's very rough.
It's tough to tell exactly a note that I'm getting on this right now. I think I can get a little bit of that banana, John.
Right? You smell a little banana in the background?
Yeah.
A little bit? A little bananas Foster?
In the background, yes.
Little bananas Foster? Well, let's try it. Enough smell.
Yeah.
Let's put the shit in our mouth.
God, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing that we can't pinpoint a specific,
Ooh.
Yeah. Once again, on the palate, though, but let me tell you something, dude.
I like
It smells like it smells and tastes like an all-around good, decent, pretty damn good bourbon. But I'm not pinpoint. I usually can say, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, I'm getting this. It's bourbon, and it tastes like a good bourbon.
I feel like I want to say apple, like a little bit of apple. You know what I mean? Like Macintosh, like a little green apple in the back. But I don't want to sound foolish either.
No,
so.
but I don't want you, by you saying that to me, think that now because you put it in my head. But yeah.
Right? A little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Apple pie, apple, a little bit of apple back there. A little cinnamon.
Apple cinnamon.
Yeah.
Just going to say apple cinnamon.
I like this.
It's good.
I actually really like this.
Yeah. Once again, if we don't throw out a note out there like we usually do, if we say something that's caramel, vanilla, brown sugar, molasses like the last time, or anything of that sort that we're getting on it, and it doesn't mean it's bad, it just means we're not picking up on anything at that moment. I mean, that's not always a bad thing.
No. This is actually really freaking good.
Yeah.
So I think Penelope Rio might have been one of my favorites that we've ever
The amber
done.
honey, yeah. Which is easier to pinpoint those notes because you have that amberana,
You have
which is
the
more
description,
cinnamon-like.
yeah.
You have your honey, which you're gonna get.
You know when it says amberana what it's gonna
Yes.
smell
You
and
kind of
taste
can
like.
protect it. You get a little hay sometimes from that too. You get
But this is really freaking good.
yeah,
I like this a lot.
yeah, it's a good one.
Do you find this in a store? Where do you? Was this a trade? How
No,
do you go about
I
getting?
found this on the corner of in Newark.
Where I used to get my weed.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to remember where I actually picked this one up. It may. I don't know if it was Gary's. I'm not
This
sure.
is tasty.
Yeah. And I usually remember where I've gotten it. This could have been Little Brothers in Flemington, though, too, now that I think about it.
I like how it says non-chilled,
Yeah.
non-chill filtered.
Yeah.
Why would they put that?
Oh, that's a big deal, bro. You know? Like, for instance, like you get, like, Weller store picks.
Right.
And that's the cool thing about getting a Weller store pick that's NCF. Like, when we see our good times, a lot of times our good times ones we have, we'll actually say NCF. See?
Right.
NCF, not chill filtered. So it's more of straight from the barrel kind of taste, you know, a little bit more.
Because their bourbon's usually chilled? No.
Well, it's whatever process they put it through, yeah. So
Right. I don't remember ever noticing that a bottle says non-chill filtered.
every Good Times bottle we've had is pretty much at NCF.
Okay.
So if you were to buy a store pick back to Weller, store pick Weller, and that's why there's a little bit more of an allure to it. I mean, Antique 107 is always going to be 107 proof.
Right.
But so there's not too many varieties you'll see on it. So some store picks, which people do their homework and find out, some of them are actually non-chill filtered. There's a little bit more of that allure. There's a little bit more of that. So they on the secondary they go for quite a bit more pennies. So yeah, I mean it's cool. It's good.
Budget friendly, a little more on the expensive side.
I'm
good. It looks like it might be more on the expensive side. Type of
I would
label,
say not 100 plus, but it might have been, I'm thinking, I don't remember, I'll be honest with you, but I'm feeling it might have been between 50 and 100. I'm not sure. So maybe like in that 75 range.
To me, like a 45 to 65 is like an affordable bourbon.
Yeah, but when you start throwing age statements at it, it's like you can get something that is a 10-year, a 12-year, 14, 15, 16. It's always going to go a little bit higher in price.
And it looks like a classy label. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once a label's like black and gold, you get a little bit of classy, and you think it's going to be a little bit more pricier.
Very classy. But good stuff.
I like it a lot.
Good stuff. Penelope hit it. John's a little sad. He
email me back, man. Come on. You emailed me. I responded. Email me back.
Yeah.
Only because I'm selfish and I want to go see the. I want to go there because it's so damn close.
I know.
I want to go see your spot and see what you're doing over there.
Well, good liquid nonetheless, regardless.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
We love
Good
Penelope
stuff.
on the show.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, John and I were talking about before this episode, and we haven't have done a dedicated new music episode or new stuff that we've been listening to more recently. Things that we're kind of like, all right, I'm feeling out this band and they're good or whatever. In fact, I think the last time we really did it is when we were talking about probably Poor Man's Poison, and it was pretty cool because we talked about them on the show and they reached out to us and we had them on the show. And we've had Dustin the bassist on his own time on the show, and then we did the release with them with their song on the show, and we went to Kentucky with these guys as well.
And
so
Dustin came to Jersey and hung out with us.
We built an amazing relationship. Yes, and Dustin came out here as well too, and he was actually here sitting with us behind the bar on the podcast, and it was pretty crazy what came out of an episode of us just talking about music and bands that we like. And we had mentioned them, tagged them, and that's what came of it. And it was pretty cool. It was great to get to know those guys, and
we look forward to more time spent.
Yeah, we
with
built a
those guys.
lasting friendship with those guys, which is pretty great. And we thought, well, it's been a while since we've talked about music we've been listening to. Obviously, we still have been listening to those guys like crazy, like insanely crazy.
Yeah.
Always will. They just and they're still, and shout out to those guys. They're still putting out new music.
Yeah, there should be new music coming soon. We
Very
hope.
soon. Yeah. So look out for it, guys. Look out for Poor Man's Poison. And they did the intro for our podcast as well, which is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
And
Ryan, Dustin, Mike, Tommy, shout out to you guys.
yeah,
man. We
shout out
miss
to
you guys. We'll
Yeah,
see you guys
yeah,
soon.
we do miss
we'll
you
see you guys soon.
Absolutely. But John Morrow and I were also talking about, like, what else are we listening to now?
I
these
feel like
days?
so listening to them kind of changed the genre of what we're used to, right?
Well, what John's used to. I was listening to
Yeah,
that genre
you were.
more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
was kind of into that sort of thing. John was more into his Breaking Benjamin, who hasn't been on the show at all. We've been still waiting for him.
I don't think we're going to get Ben on the show anytime soon.
yeah.
I haven't asked, though. You never know. I haven't asked.
Yeah.
I did just recently get tickets to go see them, so let's go.
Yeah, for like the millionth time.
Yeah.
You know what it is about Breaking Benjamin?
If a band doesn't tour, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, PMP knows what you remember what he said about that, right? All right. Anyways, I was into it back in 2004, 5.
What's that?
Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin, Stain, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. And I'm kind of putting them in that genre from then.
That's
so
fine.
I don't really listen to them as much now, man. It was more like that.
I'm still stuck in that.
Early 2000s rock.
I'm still stuck there. I'm still stuck.
My sacrifice and
Yeah, I
that
love
Creed
Creed,
and
man.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm still stuck there.
I've kind of evolved, and I've evolved from everything from Jack Johnson, which I like. I just like that chill, kind of like Hawaiian, kind of cool, chill,
We're
relaxing
here.
vibe, and everything from that to like. And then I got a lot into like the banjos, like Mumford and everything like that. And even though I'm new Mumford, I'm not as much of a fan as the original first 2 albums.
You took me to go see the Avett Brothers. I still don't know
The
who they
Avett
are.
Brothers, yeah, that was.
But it was a cool experience.
It's cool, man. We went out to the city. That was a good time. I actually
And actually, the chick that opened for them was really good.
that was Carlisle.
Brandy Carlisle.
Yeah.
And I think she got more popular.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she got really big after that. And Maggie for Mumford, I think it was Maggie Rogers or something. I don't know, something like along. She got pretty big too. She was someone who opened for Mumford, and but I kind of, our music has been kind of all over the place. But that's pretty cool because it just shows how we are. We're kind of open minded to different types of music and what we're following and what goes with
your mood and what you're doing.
your mood exactly.
So now we're like bourbon drinkers. We're kind of on the chill side.
I own a banjo now.
Yeah,
by the
we
way.
don't mind the mandolin and the banjo.
I don't have
type
a
thing,
mandolin yet, but yeah.
Soon.
Yeah. Actually, Tommy from Poor Man's Poison said he was gonna,
You just called him out.
Yeah. Tommy, I'm waiting, brother.
You just called him out.
Yeah, hook me up with a mandolin. He is actually a freaking amazing mandolin player. But if you listen to Poor Man's Poison, that guy does things with his fingers that many women would enjoy. Magical fingers, Tommy. Magical fingers.
All right.
But they're all good. All very gifted, man. Very gifted.
But listening to them, I became so they did a collaboration with a band called Motel Drive, right? And I remember when we got to Kentucky, I was like, "Hey, that collaboration to Motel Drive, like, what's up with that? Like, I'm unsure how I feel about them." And they're like, "Oh, those are our homies. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta check them out, blah blah blah. And they're good people, blah blah blah." And then I started listening to Motel Drive and going and
Cool,
going, and
man.
I'm like,
Good
"Oh, I
stuff.
fucking love
Good
Motel
stuff.
Drive."
We follow them.
now,
They follow
followed
us.
them on Instagram.
I think they follow us too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is awesome. Like,
Good
this
stuff.
is good music. This
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to like the Dead South.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
As far as that genre goes, I feel like Dead South is a little bit more mainstreamish nowadays because they've gotten pretty big, man. They've gotten pretty big.
yeah, maybe
As far
I don't
as
know.
it goes.
I like them. I think they put out good stuff. Anybody now with like a stand-up bass player is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I love that stuff.
Well, I remember
and-
when we talked to Dustin, we were talking about inspiration and everything like that, and how they became because they started out a totally different route, and they had mentioned Devil Makes Three was the inspiration for them when they kind of started
Right.
and everything. So
And I don't want to bring up anything. How do I say? I don't want to bring up old feelings. I don't know how they feel. Our guys, Poor Man's Poison, feel about their first band.
yeah,
but listening to their music,
Like you talking about, like Done for Good stuff.
Done for Good.
Yeah.
Listening to their music, I've been listening to a lot lately, and I'm like, I hear in my head, and I'm like, man, like that's '90s, like that's
Yeah.
my music right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nine
Yeah.
Inch Nails, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what they sound like. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah. Listen to our old stuff too, guys.
And I believe it was just Dustin and Ryan from that original. I don't know if Mike was there.
No, I don't think Mike, but
No, but Tommy might have been there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, like
We've had a
Heavy
lot of
Heart,
drinks.
man. Awesome stuff. Good stuff. Yeah.
But it was such a different version of them than what they are now.
Yeah.
I love both.
Yeah.
But holy crap, like it's insane to me how a band or a bunch of guys can do this and then be like, hey man, we're done with this and we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And become experts at this craft.
Well, they were kind of like I'm sure we've talked about it plenty of times, but they were kind of forced to change things up because
Dustin got the tinnitus.
Yeah, yes. So they couldn't do things with the drums, and
but I appreciate
the love of
that.
music survived, and that's what led the way, and just like, hey, how are we going to do this? How are we going to make this work? How are we going to create music? And I mean, it's pretty fantastic. Especially, I mean, they won that that country,
Mm-hmm.
with Jewel.
But I'm just saying, like, if you listen to Done for Good, like, they were just as good. Like, it's insane how they were able to evolve. Not even evolve. They were able to change up what they did and still
That's
put out
what
the stuff that they did.
an amazing musician can do, man.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. They can morph. They could do things
And
differently.
here we go. We're back to kissing ass again.
Yeah, we are.
Um,
Let's move from
so-
that. We love you guys.
Yeah. I'm into the Dead South and the Motel Drive part. I like that. And you've been sending me more stuff.
I always send John stuff here and there. I said, check these guys out. For instance, like Camp.
Yeah.
And they're like 26 is one of my freaking favorite songs. Awesome song by Camp. If you're looking for that kind of style of music and you're listening to our podcast and you're a Poor Man's Poisons fan, you may like Camp. You might like some of that. You get some of that banjo in there. He's got a very kind of, I don't know how to explain his voice, like rustic,
raspy.
Yeah, raspy voice, not like Culture Wall, where he's
That
like,
dude's deep. He's more
he's
Johnny
like,
Cash, like deep. Like,
Yes.
I want to see you naked.
See you naked. But there's another one. Culture Wall. Chuck, who listens to our podcast, my oldest friend,
Chuck.
Known each other for almost 40 years now, since we were in pre-kindergarten, and he actually introduced me to Culture Wall, and he's like, check him out, good stuff, good music. That's another one, Culture Wall.
And then you turned me on to Brown Bird.
Which is kind of like that deep. Yeah,
it's good stuff. It is good stuff.
Yeah, that is good. I like that Brown Bird. It's that sounded funny.
I don't know.
I like that Brown Bird.
He's nice.
And I'm trying to and I still explore different styles. It's not all banjo. It's not all that Dead Southy kind of sounds or whatever you want to call it. But like the Toxic Airborne event,
Yeah, I'm not sure if I know.
that was I think I played that song. They had the violin.
I'm sure you did.
You
You play me a lot of stuff, and I'm like, and then I go home and I like put it on, and I'm like,
very good. Musician-wise, fan-freaking-tastic. It's almost like an orchestra that came together and said, let's make some music. We've got someone who's good at this, good at that, good at that. And it's like a huge, huge, huge band. Like DMB might be, like...
now you're talking.
Well, anyways, but they have a lot of instruments going on there. A lot of people between violins. Like, I mean, they have
I like that.
5 violin
That's
players
how
on
like
the
the Avett
side.
Brothers were. There was like 20 of them on the stage.
Yeah.
Like, what the
well,
hell
it
is going
depends.
on?
Sometimes it calls for it. Certain groups it might not be part of the band, but they might need a couple extra of these kind of players and everything of that sort. But yeah, I was telling John, I'm like, get into them, man. I want to see them. They're playing Jersey City.
Hey man, I love live
September.
music. I'll go.
Yeah. Will you? I'm gonna hold you to that, bro.
I'll go.
I've
Let's
been
go.
wanting to check them out.
Just buy the tickets.
I think it'd be cool to see them play live, and they have some good, like, powerful music, like, that you're like, I have no better way to put it, but after having a few drinks at and you're like, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're watching YouTube, and
Tears stream down. I can relate.
Yeah, exactly.
I can relate,
exactly.
man.
No, it's just there's some kind of power to their music.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I'd go.
And
I just bought tickets to go see Breaking Benjamin and Stain at PNC in September as well.
Yeah.
And there's a band opening for them that is called Lakeview.
Okay.
And I am not a country music guy. I don't want to hear about you, fucking your horse on your tractor and your girlfriend banging somebody else and Budweiser up the ass. I don't want to listen to that shit.
Yeah.
But Lakeview is like a country rock band, and I'm listening to their music, and I'm like, dude, it's just two guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're freaking good. Like, I
Yeah.
like it. Like,
Yeah.
the voice, everything is just good, and it hits. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's go.
Yeah.
So Lakeview, pretty cool stuff.
I don't know.
Learning. I'm still
I don't
learning.
know. John had played something before. I was like, yeah, this is
I'm
actually
still
pretty decent,
learning.
man. I have to
Still
put him on
learning.
my playlist.
Because I'm not a country guy. I'm
Yeah.
not a country guy.
Yeah. What about I played you recently too. He did that collab with Hosier, Noah Cahan or whatever.
I'm not
Northern Attitude. Yeah, that was a good one, man. That's one I've been hearing on the
cool
radio
song.
more and more.
They sound similar to each other. I'm not a Hosier.
Hosier, yeah.
Hosier? Really? Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Or did you just make that up?
I don't know. I think that's what he said.
It's not Hosier?
Maybe. I don't know.
Whatever. I'm not a huge fan. He's got that song, a popular
Somebody I used to know.
No.
Was not it?
song. No.
Oh.
No, it was something like Take Me to Church. Or,
Oh, Take Me to Church. That's why. Yeah. Take me to church.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan, but I do like that this Noah Cahan guy, man. I'm botching your name, buddy. I'm sorry.
Noah Cano.
Cahan from the band. Good stuff. I think I read somewhere that he's going to be one of the big artists of the future or something like that.
Yeah, cool.
So he's fairly new. And like I said, I like back to what I was saying before about the camp and everything. Like, I like finding stuff that you don't hear on the radio or
Ever.
whatever. Yeah, ever.
'Cause you don't get that stuff right
So I went to one of my local watering holes, Gladstone Tavern in Gladstone, New Jersey, and they just play. I think they just play Pandora stuff or whatever, or Spotify or one of those.
They recently had an earthquake.
Yes, they did. And I go there once every week or two, and I'm sitting there, and I got to know the bartender pretty well. I was like, dude, and I actually have a camp shirt, the band's.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. And I hear on the music, and I was like, dude, camp. I've never heard this like anywhere, So it was pretty cool to hear it actually. But it was like one of those playlists or something.
It's a good way to find new music. So I pay for Spotify.
Yeah.
And I'll put in, all right, say Poor Man's Poison.
Yeah.
But instead of going to their music, I'll put in Poor Man's Poison radio.
That's
which
what I
is-
listen to on Pandora, yeah.
They'll play like one of their songs, then they'll play like a couple bands that sound like
That's why I hear
Then they
like
play
Brown
them.
Bird, or I've heard.
Yes. And that's how you learn new music.
Yeah.
It's-
And some of my OGs, like for me, like I love Trampled by Turtles, man. Good music. They've
we
been
were
around
just
for
playing
quite
that
some
right
time.
before we came
No,
on
I don't
here.
think we played any Trampled by Turtles. Yeah.
Yeah, I had it on my phone.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I put it on right before we started.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trampled by Turtles, awesome, good stuff. I mean, the guy in the fiddle is freaking fantastic.
Anybody who play a fiddle is fucking
Yeah, good stuff.
So basically, guys from Poor Man's Poison, if you're listening, Kenny kind of brushed you guys to the side, and he's trying to looking for the new you.
Don't listen to that.
So
don't listen to him.
I'm still with you guys. So
Yeah.
call me. He's moving on.
I love you guys. Anywho, but other ones, John mentioned Motel Drive because that we got to know from them as well. Another one I think they're from Brooklyn, which is up near our neck of the woods. Yeah, Brooklyn. I think they're from Brooklyn. Spirit Family Reunion.
They sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
They got the girl on the banjo, or
Yeah.
is that what she was playing?
Yeah, I think she's
But when
playing
she jumps in to sing,
Yeah, it was good.
I love that harmony of when a dude singing and then a girl jumps in. And
Yes.
like the way they sound together. Yeah.
Yeah. There was another music duo like that with the mandolins was Watch House. It was pretty good too.
You showed me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good harmonizing.
That's a little more real, like. I can't say sound.
But the harmonizing is fantastic,
It is.
man. Very good.
Yeah, it
Very good. Watch House. Yeah. Good stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's so much. I mean, like we mentioned Brown Bird. We mentioned, there was another one that you had mentioned that I was shocked that you said this, and I go like, wait, you know that band? Brothers Comatose, man.
Oh, Brothers Comatose. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We're throwing these things out there, just saying that these. If you're into what we're into, the music we're into, these are other bands you might want to consider listening to.
I mean, I'm still stuck in the 90s, right?
John is stuck in the 90s.
I am. In the early 2000s.
John wakes up in the morning and he
Feeling
gets
like
out of
P.
bed and he's like, "My sacrifice."
Yeah. I do. Yeah. I'm still like a Goo Goo Dolls fan, and Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Three Doors Down. If I'm crazy, will you still call me Superman?
Yeah.
But I am evolving. I'll listen to the stuff like we're talking to, and then everybody looks at me like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, we don't
And
know
the only
them.
person that I can come and relate and like hang out and listen to this shit was you.
I'm very open-minded towards music. I like trying everything new. I like doing everything that, and you know what? And because of that, it's worked out for us, I think,
But I will say one thing though. If I'm like on a long car drive, right? Or if I'm driving here, like it takes me like an hour.
Yeah.
I'll put on like some of these bands,
Yeah.
like for like a couple songs. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I still got like 45 minutes to go. I need to put something on that's gonna like I can rock out and sing with.
Something that is that you know that you're more familiar with?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like something I could sing to because these songs like I can't sing to them.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and I can appreciate all kinds of music. Some stuff that's a little bit more mainstream, Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah. I know you were a big Cage the Elephant fan. Right?
I like Cage the Elephant. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't say big, but, I like some Bleachers stuff, but these are ones that are getting a little too big for my liking
Bleacher?
sometimes. The Bleachers, yeah. Jersey guy. He was he played with Fun. I don't know if you know.
I know Fun, yeah.
Yeah, Fun, and then he reached out. And Caravan of Thieves was another one I liked a lot too, which I discovered because once again, I think Poor Man's Poison had posted something about the bands or whatever that they are inspired by, and they mentioned Caravan of Thieves, and that was one I continued to listen to. I liked them a lot. Shout out to those guys. But as far as other things too, I mean, I actually like some stuff that is. I think we've brought it up on the show, like Devotchka. Little Miss Sunshine, the movie.
The movie, yeah.
Yeah, so that soundtrack is by Devotchka, and it's a little bit more musical, orchestral kind of stuff. And also, hey, real quick too, John, don't forget we got to shout out Dr. Villain too, man. That's one we didn't throw out. We didn't throw in there as well.
I mean, Dr. Villain is Dr. Dustin Ryan, right?
Yep. Florence and the Machine.
Actually,
some
in
other good stuff.
my library, if
Okay.
you're looking on my Spotify, I have it's called a Dr. Villain mix.
Nice.
Spotify made this for me.
Really?
The Dr. Villain mix, and it's mostly Dr. Villain and Poor Man's Poison. And then it's got some other Angel Baby Jaguar Twin. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But Spotify took all the music that I listened to and made me a soundtrack and
Very
called it
interesting.
the Dr. Villain mix.
All right, that's pretty good. Who's that?
Ethan Gander.
I thought it was a woman.
Me too.
Sorry, Ethan. All right, that's
It's a little more Viking.
yeah, it's a little Jack and the Beanstalk. Yeah.
I don't know. It's strange. Like
Let me ask you this: talking about music and everything, talking about all this stuff. How do you feel? How does John feel when you get someone who covers a song on, like, say, YouTube? YouTube's huge now. That's what we do. We're YouTube guys.
Right.
That's what we're on, is YouTube. And say, for instance, you have a Break It Benjamin song, and someone covers it, and they get 1 million views because of the song that they're covering. And it's almost like, do you feel they're taking away or they're bringing attention to that artist?
I feel like they're bringing attention to the artist.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But do you feel like it's right that they're getting all that love for something that they didn't create?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love a good cover.
Okay.
I love when a popular band like Like when I go see Breaking Benjamin, they'll do a Nirvana song. They'll
Yeah.
do different songs. I go to Dave Matthews Band every year. I'll be going in July. He always
Yeah.
does like a Prince or a different covers, and I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, then he does his ballerina dance. I know, but but let me tell you something. Was that my dog?
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I think
Something fell down
He's
the
probably
stairs.
scratching his leg, but I grew, and I wasn't a big frick, I forgot his name. Now I'm going to screw this up. Who's the guy with the tattoos all over his face? Post Malone. I wasn't a big.
Jelly Roll.
I was never a big Post Malone fan,
Yeah.
but he covered Nirvana that one time,
Yes.
and I was like, he did a really good job.
You're right. Yep.
He did a really good job, and like I'd never seen many people cover Nirvana before, and I was like, damn, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good, and I found a new respect for the guy, and I think which is Travis Barker was on drums or something, and there was like
Oh, was he really?
I think so, yeah, and I was like, shit, man, that was pretty cool, man, good stuff. So back to what we were saying, though, I kind of interrupted my own self on that.
Yeah.
So you're okay with that? You're okay when someone covers a song and gets
Absolutely.
all that fame recognition for? I guess it brings attention because a lot of times someone might.
Because people be like Disturbed, right? Like Sound of Silence from Disturbed
Yeah.
is phenomenal. You're familiar?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Which is a Paul Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Simon and Garfunkel song.
Yeah.
Um,
What else? They covered Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Phil Collins was in the band.
Genesis.
Genesis, yeah.
These are the ones with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Land of Confusion.
Land of Confusion.
Yeah.
Yes. That was actually pretty good. And then you see someone like Dead South, back to Dead South, they covered People Are Strange by The Doors.
Yeah. Or we had
System of a Down.
Poor Man's, they took it off of their list, but they covered
Nine Inch Nails.
Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah. And
And actually, what song did they play that told us was a cover? But
oh,
we never even, we're like, what?
Wayfaring Stranger.
Wayfaring Stranger.
Yeah,
love that song.
I thought it was a Johnny Cash, and they were like, no,
Johnny Cash
covered
did it as a
that.
cover,
Yeah. I was like, oh, I thought that was Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dead South also did System of a Down.
Yes, Toxicity.
Yeah, Toxicity. Yeah,
Absolutely.
which is cool. Cool to see.
I love a good cover. I love when I go to a concert and the band I'm watching covers another song. I think it makes it fun. Everybody gets into it.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with it. Absolutely. And I like even like going on to YouTube and watching even like Poor Man's Poison, right? There's like an old dude that comes on with a guitar. He's like, I'm going to cover this by Poor Man's Poison.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, good for you, bro.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah. And what was that?
And you should be flattered as a band that people want to cover you.
And then, oh God, this is a problem when you have a couple drinks. Who was that band that covered Bruce Springsteen's song and it became bigger? Blinded by the Light. That was it. That was a Bruce Springsteen song. Blinded by the light.
Rev up like a douche with a boner in the night.
Like a douche
With
and
a
a
boner
boner in the
That's a Bruce Springsteen song?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes. And people don't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
And Bruce Springsteen said, my song became a bigger hit because of the
Because
people
of
who
them?
covered it. Yeah.
So what's revved up like a douche with a boner in the night?
I think
what does
the
that even
deuce
mean?
or something or whatever. Yeah.
I had no clue.
Revved up like a
Really
douche.
didn't. All right. No, I'm okay. I love cover songs. I'll even put it in my Spotify mix. I'll put in covers.
Yeah.
There's a band called. Have you ever heard of Me First and the Gimme Gimmes?
No. I've heard of Me Last and the Tiki Tikis.
Yeah. They don't have original songs.
Yeah.
Everything's a cover, and it's great. I can't. It's YouTube. My bad. Everything they do is a cover, and they're popular because they cover songs better than like the originals are.
Yeah.
You know, and they're really popular. They were just around. They just played in New York the other night.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, man, I would love to go because that's like a 90s, early 2000s band.
Yeah.
And it was, they were great. They were great.
Oh, Country Road.
Mama.
Yeah, but it's very punkish. Very.
Yeah, well, that's their style.
Yeah.
They're punkish. They take songs, they make it punkish.
Yeah.
Jolene, you know. Listen to this one.
Yeah.
Paul Abdul, right?
You can do that with anything now, bro.
But I love cover songs, man. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, but it's all that same. You could make it. I'm
No,
sorry.
I can't shut it off.
I don't want to put them down, but you can take most songs and make it into a punkish kind of skyish kind of version. You know.
Absolutely.
You know.
But it makes it fun. It makes it fun, and then it makes you want to go back to the original song and be like, I want to hear. I want
Like
to
Paul
compare
Abdul,
it.
because you know you were a big Paul Abdul fan back in the day. Abdul.
It really was, though.
Yeah. Were you?
Did you know that? Yeah. My 13th birthday, my best present was the Paul Abdul cassette tape that my
Yeah.
parents gave me.
Yeah. I remember.
And Scat Cat. Paul Abdul and Scat Cat.
So we had mentioned my buddy Chuck before, and Chuck is he's a burly guy, big beard, tattoos all over,
Yeah.
and I found out something about Chuck, and I found out he was. I don't want to use the term closet, but I'm going to say he was a Prince fan.
Ooh.
He's like, dude, I love Prince. You know what I mean? So one of his birthdays or something, I bought him the Prince Greatest Hits. This was way before Prince had passed, and you know,
That's one guy I never got into. I was never a Prince
Yeah.
fan. I just couldn't do it. No.
You didn't want a little red Corvette,
No.
or you
I
didn't
didn't want
want
to party like it's 1999.
99 or watch Doves cry or
No,
anything like that.
no.
And yeah,
No. When he passed, everybody cried, and I was like, no.
yeah. Were you
Rest
like,
in peace.
I'm not a dove.
No.
No. Yeah. Well, I could respect what he did. It was interesting with that whole thing. They were doing like a George Harrison dedication thing or something, ceremony or something of that sort. And a lot of these artists that were part of it didn't want Prince to partake, or maybe it was one in particular. I forget the whole story. But George Harrison's son said, "No, I want Prince. I think he's a great rock star, and you don't realize it, you know." So to prove a point, Prince, it was When My Guitar Gently Weeps, I think maybe. It would have been something like that. And he went on stage, and he just stole the show.
Prince did.
He was a magician with that guitar. He did things with that guitar. I'm telling you,
Yeah?
that guy can play the freaking guitar.
Did he make you horny, baby?
Well, I could respect what he did. That's all I can say.
I was never a fan.
Yeah.
I don't respect anything.
I would actually, John, put him up there as one of the best guitarists that there is.
Prince?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Up there with Eric Clapton. I would have put him up there. Yeah, definitely.
Jimi Hendrix?
Slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Jimi Hendrix was good, man. I feel like we got the shaft for Jimi Hendrix because he died at such a young age. We didn't see what he really can put out there. You know, I mean, he died at 27 years old. You know what I mean?
And we weren't even alive. So.
Yeah. I think you know, but do yourself a favor. Do a search on Prince playing guitar and see what he can do, man. That guy tears it up, man. He was a shredder, bro.
You keep talking. I'm gonna.
What are you doing, bro?
No, I'm just gonna fill up my glass.
There's more Penelope there too, you know.
Is that what you want?
No, you do if you want something else, you can do it.
No.
Yeah, I did open a new Blanton's recently. I cracked up another one. And by the way, having some Blanton's the other day.
Do you mind?
I don't care. Okay. I had some. I cracked open another Blanton's because I ran out of my last one, and I sat there and I drank it, and I said, "Wow, Blanton's is so overrated. It wasn't that great, man. I don't know what it is, man. The allure."
Dude, that seems to be the
General
thing.
consensus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the general consensus. Bland's is very overrated.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's just I feel like it's the bottle and the horses that make it famous.
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong.
But it's Buffalo Trace.
Straight from the barrel is pretty freaking fantastic. The gold, I've had it. This one's not open, but I've had it, and that's why I haven't opened it. I'm like, it's even worth opening right now. These Japanese ones, the green, the red, and the black. I don't know. We'll see. One day I'll open them up. I don't know. I got too many things open right now. I got too many things we still got to put on the podcast. So
Yeah, anyway.
yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
we'll finish up here. We're going to do a couple of shorts after this, so check out our channel and see
Yeah.
what we're going to do.
yeah, I have some Banana Republic ones, some Gap ones.
Old Navy.
Old Navy shorts. Yeah. Yeah.
So what we do with the shorts is we'll take a couple things. We'll tell you the notes, the smell, in a quick 60-second video. What we smell, what we taste, and that's it. So if you're interested in, if you're like, I don't know what a Penelope private, I don't know if I want to get it. Watch our shorts.
Yeah.
And we'll describe it for you, and it might help sway your decision. I don't know, yeah. And we're entertaining. In 60 seconds, we are very entertaining.
Full disclosure, we do all our shorts after we finish doing our podcast for the day. So we're always a little... Yeah, like how we are right now.
And I'm short to begin with, so it just makes it even better.
And he's got a short penis.
Shout out today goes to Penelope,
Yes.
Private Select. Shout out to
9
the boys
years.
at Poor Man's Poison.
Yeah, guys, we love
We
you
love you
guys. We
guys,
miss you
man.
guys, man. Yeah,
We hope to reach out and hang out soon.
yes. Another trip will be great.
Yeah.
We get to escape from our wives.
So my wife is actually doing a girls' trip next week
Yeah.
to Florida, and I'm like, well, then I get to do a guys' trip. She's like, you just did a guys' trip.
No.
with Poor Man's Poison.
That was last year.
Yeah, that was a different story.
Yeah.
It went me, you, and then me again. So
Yeah.
reach out, guys.
We'll figure it out.
New
If not this year, then
Orleans,
next year we're whatever.
Nashville,
No big deal.
wherever you guys want to go.
Yeah, New Orleans would be good, man. French Quarter. Get some jambalaya, beignets,
Hunting
Cafe
with
du Monde.
Hunting with Tommy in Texas.
Johnny, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
As
And
always, cheers to you
cheers to you.
guys.